Next, here's a clip.
Excuse me, can you tell me how much longer this is going to take? Because I've been waiting for 2 hours.
I'm afraid that's my fault, Mrs. McKendrick. If you'd like to follow me.
I said I didn't want my wife involved.
I'm sorry, would you like to wait outside?
Involved in what?
I brought something over for Dima.
What?
I don't know.
Perhaps you'd like to sit down. I have some questions. Not tough, medium soft. Is this all he gave you?
Yeah.
Didn't offer you any money?
Oh, he did, but I refused.
Then why did you bring it?
I thought it was the right thing to do. He said that his children would be killed if I didn't.
You believed him?
He seemed scared.
He told you he was a member of the Russian mafia, and you still agreed to help him. You haven't checked the contents of the memory stick.
No, I thought I could just hand it over and be done with it. I thought that would be it, you know?
Our Kind of Traitor.
Yeah, so Our Kind of Traitor is another John le Carre adaptation. Recently we've had Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy in recent years, and just earlier this year we had The Night Manager on BBC One, which I really need to watch. And basically in Our Kind of Traitor we've got a couple called Perry and Gail, played by Ewan McGregor and Naomie Harris, and basically they're on a holiday in Marrakesh. Perry sort of befriends sort of flamboyant Russian man called Dima, and he basically he's the #1 money launderer for the Russian mafia, and he entrusts Perry with a USB stick to give to his MI6 when he gets back to England. He does so. He meets the MI6 agent played by Damian Lewis, he's called Hector, and basically he's sort of now embroiled in this whole scandal about what's going on, and there's a whole sort of mistrust and espionage behind all of that, and obviously he can't get out of it, and it's up to Perry to survive and with his wife Gail. Now really I found it was a fine film for the majority, and I feel like it's a very suspenseful film for what it wants to do. There's some really great scenes, and I feel like especially in the last half an hour it has a lot of expertly done cinematography, because it goes into the Alps later on in the film, and I feel like within that it does some of its best shots and some of its best work within that.
The Einstein Museum as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely one of those films where it ramps up in pace as time goes on, and it gets more tense as it reveals more of its plot. And I feel like because of that, it works well, expertly paced. The whole cast is fantastic. Damian Lewis is really well, does really well as sort of that. I don't know what personality type we would pronounce him as. Sort of, I don't know, like a little bit off canter.
Yeah,
a little bit unhinged. He's really good. And Ewan McGregor, one of the most underrated actors around, in my opinion. He does fantastic work. Him and Naomie Harris have great sort of chemistry. Stellan Skarsgaard as well as Dima, as that sort of, that scared but still assertive and still quite scary Russian businessman. He does really well. But yeah, I feel like this is a film that is strongest when it reaches its climax. Some really great shots in that, and the tension really racks up to the most part. Some actually generally terrific acting in those final moments, in that final half an hour. And there's terrific acting throughout, I feel, but definitely that last half an hour, that last section, really good. It's supposedly not as good as other John le Carre adaptations, but for my money it's still a good watch, and I would recommend it. And I feel that the soundtrack as well is a real highlight. I think that really added to the whole film as a package, and I would definitely recommend this film in my view.
There's a part where, like, towards the end, when Damian Lewis picks up a gun, and I was like, yeah, I can see why people think. Like, it's not related remotely to his character at all. It's just like there is something Bond about him.
No, just imagine like Damian Lewis being like the Moore era Bond.
Yeah, he's cool. I like seeing Ewan McGregor on screen. It's not something you see that much. Really,
he is an underrated actor. He really is.
I really like him.
Yeah, for what it's worth. Yeah. It's a really well constructed thriller. It's not amazing by any means, but I had a thoroughly good ride with it.
I was kind of more invested in the start, getting to know the couple.
Yeah, I like that.
I like, cause they're a couple with kind of marital problems, and yeah. But the film is very tense, and it's exciting.
I just loved how emotional and high stakes it got near the end, and all those wonderful shots and great use of music just really racked it up near the end. And I definitely did see Damian Lewis when he's. Yeah. I would take him as Bond. I really would. I don't know why.
I would.
He shouldn't be, but I would.
We have.